The city of El Paso, Texas, is declaring a state of emergency just 2 weeks before the end of Title 42 and a potential surge of migrants. Asylum seekers are already camped out on sidewalks and staying at shelters in Ciudad Juarez, just across the border. Correspondent MarkieMartin joins us now live from Texas. And Markie, border communities are already seeing a surge in migrants.
Yeah, Elizabeth, as you just mentioned, this increase is leading up to the expiration of Title 42 come May 11th. And just the latest numbers here for you. As of this weekend, there were more than 20,000 migrants in custody along the southern border. And as that uptick in asylum seekers continues to grow, border communities are declaring a state of emergency.
Today, El Paso, Texas, entering a state of emergency in preparation for Title 42's termination next week.
As we talk to some of these asylum seekers, they're waiting for May 11th. May 11th, they believe, will be the day that they become, without any documentation, they can come into the United States.
City shelters are at capacity, with hundreds of migrants overflowing into city streets, and even more waiting just across the U.S.-Mexico border in Ciudad Juarez.
At the moment, the people at the shelter let us stay here. And as you can see, we're sleeping on mattresses and cardboard that don't work.
Brownsville, Texas, reporting more than 15,000 migrants crossed the river illegally last week alone. Border Patrol cites there are currently about 7,000 daily encounters. In April, the CBP commissioner testifying before Congress, he expects that number to rise to 10,000 when Title 42 ends. This weekend, Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas acknowledging a need for resources at every level.
We are seeing a level of migration, not just at our southern border, but throughout the hemisphere that is unprecedented.
The White House trying to send a message of heightened consequences for crossings, plus the creation of migrant processing centers in Latin America, swift deportation of unprocessed illegal entrants, and a 5-year ban on reapplication once denied entry. But Republicans remain critical of President Biden's plans.
The reality is 9 out of 10 people that come over into our country illegally do not qualify for asylum, so stop sending them down that route.
And El Paso's chief patrol agent already worried that migrants and their families are being fed false hope and messaging.
So there's a lot of misinformation from social media and that kind of thing, and the smugglers, of course, that everybody is amenable to asylum, and that's just not the case, right?
Now, Elizabeth, Title 42 was used 2.7 million times since March of 2020, of course, the onset of the pandemic. That Border Patrol chief of the El Paso sector also adding that once Title 42 comes to an end, agents are able to pivot back over to Title 8, which allows them to process and remove migrants who don't have a legal standing or basis to be here in the United States in the first place. Elizabeth.
All right, MarkieMartin, thanks so much for that live report.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.